Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we got our green cards. Actually, it's Greenlight. It's our Greenlight card. So we have Greenlight cards. So I want to talk to you a little bit about these Greenlight cards and how they actually help our kids, we hope, learn the value of money as well as be safer when traveling with money. So Greenlight is basically a debit card. So you can see I have two Greenlight cards. One is got my son's picture on it. So it's nice if you pay the $9.99, you can get a picture of your child. You can pick your picture, upload it, and put it on the card, and they send you the card with a picture on it. Makes it a little bit safer because obviously if they lose it and somebody else tries to, use this card like I was trying to use this card, hopefully the person would realize that my face doesn't match this face, and wouldn't let them use it. But it's a debit card, and it's basically a MasterCard debit card, and you can see the MasterCard symbol on the bottom. And then you also can get one without uploading your kid's face on it and not paying the $9.99. So we got this for my littlest son because he doesn't travel around with it, but we still want to be able to give him, chore money and things along those lines. So we got him a card as well. So really the only fee you pay for these kind of cards is a 1 monthly fee of $4.99. And it can be up to 5 cards that you can have for that $4.99 fee. So the more kids you have, the cheaper it is, up to 5. But the good news for you guys is you get the first month free if you use the link that's in our description below. So you don't have to pay that $4.99 for that first month. So that's good news. So it's really kind of a cool thing to give your kids. We don't like to have our kids traveling around with cash. And you have to actually physically hand them cash, which we don't have cash any longer. And everything is done through the app. So it's nice for that feature as well. So let me show you a little bit about the app. Okay, so as you can see, here's our Greenlight app on our iPhone. And you can see that I have all 3 of my children listed in here. So Savannah's got a card, Sawyer's got a card, Sutton's got a card. And you can see we uploaded pictures on here. But again, this is Sutton's card. We didn't put the picture on the card and we didn't pay the $9.99 to do that. We obviously did do that with Sawyer, but we put a different picture on his card. And then we did the same thing. We put a picture of Savannah on her card because she travels around with her card quite a bit. So we did that. And you could see on here, the first thing that you get to, a lot of times parents like to allow kids to spend so much money, save so much money, and give so much money. So you can see that it gives you a display right off the bat of how much the kids have spent, saved, and they give. We're pretty new to this, so they haven't gone through and saved anything or gave anything yet, but you can see that it gives a display of what each kid has spent. So let's just go in and take a look at how you can actually customize this. So once you go in from your dashboard, you can see that the card is on. So the nice thing about it is if your kid comes home and goes, oh my God, I can't find my card anywhere, you can turn the card off. So that's a nice feature just if or if the kid's not being behave and whatever, and they're traveling around, you can say, forget you, I'm turning your card off. So it also gives you spend anywhere. So it allows you to add money really quickly. So if Savannah's out and she's out with friends, stuff like that, and she's like, oh my gosh, we're going to a movie and getting popcorn and dinner and I only have $43, you can quickly add money right to her account from there. And that way it goes immediately into it. So it's a very nice feature for just kind of being safe and just having that money available quickly. Okay, so you could specify that, for example, if you wanted to give them gas money and you only wanted them to spend it on gas and not candy or whatever, food or whatever, you can actually specify this is to be used at any gas station. So you can go through and do that as well. It actually has, so you can see the different things you have, grocery, restaurants. You can, add a specific store or category that they could spend money at. It gives you a spend history. It also will notify you, if you want to set up notifications and alerts, it'll notify you that Savannah spent $19.55 at Harris Teeter, the grocery store. So it'll give you notifications when kids spend money and things along those lines as well. Then you actually, at the top, you can see that there's a save. And you could say, well, they could save money with it. And then as a parent, you can reward them for saving. So the parent could say, if you save money, I will give you 3% interest or 5% interest or whatever. So it encourages kids to save. So you can do that as well. And then you can also search for a charity and you can give so much. So if you, like Savannah's really into animals, so she could say, I want to give to a shelter or something along those lines. So you could do that. And then you also can have an earn money. So you could do allowances. You can set an allowance where they get so much. You can set chores there, and so you can create allowances with chores, and then they get paid based on the chores they're doing, things along those lines. So it really kind of breaks it down for you as a parent, and it allows you to actually kind of encourage your kids and teach your kids how to save money, as well as to be conscious about giving to others and that sort of thing, and saving. So they can, if you want, you can set up your own task and say, I want to save for a new Xbox, and your child can save for that new Xbox, and when they get the right amount there, they could spend it on what they were looking to purchase. So this is really the main section of it, where you can see your dashboard, and you can see I have 3 children listed there, but you also have the parent's wallet. So if you go in here right now, you can see that I have $58.04 in my wallet. It's tied to your bank account, so you can actually, auto fund it. You can just add money on the fly if you want. If I'm going to throw $150 and give each kid $50 for whatever, you can throw money in on the fly. You can auto fund it. It also shows you your funding history. So you could see that, you sent $10 to Sawyer's card, or you send money to Savannah's card, or whatever. So you can see that as well. And then it also kind of gives you here's your $4.99 Greenlight monthly fee for October, paid from your parents' wallet. So you can see stuff along those lines. So it gives you a full history of what's in there as well. So the one thing I really do like about this is that it takes away the question and the argument of like, well, you never paid me to mow the yard last week, or you never did this for because you could set it up in here. So if you're mowing the yard every week, I can set it up as a chore and say, okay, well, every week you get paid $15 because that's what you're mowing yard. And so when they disagree with me, I can go, well, look, we actually did pay you, and it's right here on your funding or your history here, and I could see that we paid you from our parents' wallet for that. So just to be clear, so the fee that you pay, just the one fee you pay is $4.99 for up to 5 cards. So for my 3 kids that are 15, 13, and 11, I pay $4.99 a month as like a managing fee of the cards themselves. That's it. Other than that, everything else is included with that. So it's worth the money for the $4.99. It's worth the headaches and worth the not arguments of when we pay them. It's also awesome, I think, just to teach your kids more about money management, so they learn what they're spending money on. They can look at what they're spending money on, what they're saving money on, and it also encourages them to give and realize that there's people that are less fortunate than they are, and so it encourages them to do that as well, and it makes them be responsible for carrying around a card. And it's not cash, where if they're carrying around $50 in cash or $20 in cash and they lose it, they're devastated. I certainly don't want them to lose this either, but I could shut it off, and there's no money that's going to be lost with that, hopefully. And then the other thing that protects them from losing money with this is they each have a 4-digit code that they know. So you can't just go into a store, swipe the card like a credit card, and walk out. So even if they lost this, the person would have to know the 4-digit code to use it. So the likelihood of someone stealing or getting money off this would be very, very slim. And then you can order, of course, a replacement card, and that will cost you money to get a replacement card. And it should, right? So, and that's something that I would make my kids pay for if they lost a card, because they should be responsible for this. So it's worth the $4.99 for up to 5 cards. The only other thing you pay for is pictures, right? So if you want put a $10 picture on a card, you could do that. But otherwise, it's well worth it for them to have to manage their own money and realize, well, I overspent. I only have $43. I can't buy that $50 thing. So it forces them just to be like, well, it's only $50, right? And we buy it, and they supposedly pay us back for it. This way they spend on their own. So they know what they spent their money on, and they're a little bit more appreciative of having that item. So that's it. Subscribe to our channel. If you click on the link below, that $4.99, you get 1 month free. You don't have to pay that $4.99, so it will save you $5. So click on the link below and do that. And if you have any questions for us, comments, let us know. Otherwise, give us a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.